What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, the Twinkie diet. That's right, the Twinkie diet. This has been around for a while. Let's see, when was this published? This article was actually November 8th. And here's the deal. A professor of human nutrition at Kansas State University ate one of these sugary cakelets, that's Twinkies. One time I said Twinkie in a seminar in Australia. Nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. Just think of it as a wonderful cream-filled pastry. It's beautiful. It's delicious. Anyway, he ate one every 3 hours instead of meals. To add to variety, a steady stream of Hostess and Little Debbie snacks. He munched on Dorito chips, sugary cereals, and Oreos too. His premise that in weight loss, pure calorie counting is what matters most, not the nutritional value. On his convenience store diet, he shed 27 pounds in 2 months. And for the record, I don't believe he actually even fucking lifts. So, I mean, obviously things can be different in an athlete, but this goes to prove my point that calories in versus calories out is first and foremost. And all you people emailing me with food lists, hey, how does my diet look? And all you do is put that you eat oats for meal one. Realize unless you have the measurement and the macronutrients in those oats, I really don't fucking care, nor does it make a difference what kind of food choices you make when it comes down to fat loss. Now, I'll expand on that later. He ate less than 800 calories a day. He usually consumes about 2,600 calories daily. His body mass index went from 28.8, considered overweight, to 24 now, which is normal. And again, my body mass index is like 872. So I'm fucked. I'm obese and I'm going to die tomorrow. He now weighs $174. And then you'd expect other things to get fucked up, like his cholesterol and shit, right? Nope. His LDL, bad cholesterol, dropped 20%. Good cholesterol increased 20%. And his level of triglycerides reduced to 39%. Let me see. He doesn't recommend this diet. He's not saying it's a good thing to do. He's stuck in the middle. He can't give a concrete answer on whether this is good or not. 2/3 of his total intake came from junk food. He also took a multivitamin and drank a protein shake daily. So he did get protein in other forms. Let's assume he had about 25 grams in that shake. He ate vegetables, typically a can of green beans or 3 to 4 celery stalks. Celery doesn't really fucking count. It's like water. Families who live in food deserts have limited access to fresh fruit and vegetables. They often rely on the kind of food he was eating. These foods are consumed by a lot of people. He says it may be an issue of portion size and moderation rather than total removal. I don't think it's wise to think that people will drop these food. His body fat dropped from 33.4 to 24.9%. And, and then here's a dietitian in Chicago, Dawn Jackson Blattner, said his success is probably a result of caloric reduction. Ding, 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 we have a fucking winner. She's a spokesman for the American Dietetics Association, says she's not surprised to hear his health markers improved, even when he loaded up on the foods, because being overweight is the central problem. So, here are his concerns. There are things we can't measure. Fruits and vegetables, lack of fruits and vegetables, how does that affect long-term health? How much does this affect the risk for cancer? And you can't measure how much it affects your health. He's eating the point of needing to push paper or plate away, blah, blah, blah. There seems to be a disconnect between eating healthy and being healthy, Hobbs says. It may not be the same, but I was eating healthier, but I wasn't healthy. I was just eating too much. So, essentially, when dieting, even for a competition, you have to get pretty low. Now realize this man was 24.9% body fat at his best. Okay, that's what he lost to. Now the average competitor should be getting on stage under 6%. Although I see a lot of fat fucks on stage who don't know how to fucking look in the mirror. Usually coached by other people. I would never put anybody on stage looking like that. But at the end of the day, when looking at fat loss, we need to factor in macronutrients first and foremost. Now, this man was not weight training hard. This man was not getting ready for a show. He was not getting ready to look good on the beach. This is an average, skinny, fat dude looking to simply drop weight, which is great for health and overall markers. So if you're just looking to drop weight, this is a great thing to look at. And the fact that it solidifies the fact that you can lose weight without worrying about food choice. However, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of contest prep, every little bit counts. Every little bit helps, and every little bit is an issue. So, moving forward, looking at this from a contest prep standpoint, It shows that as long as you fit within your macronutrient realm, I like to recommend eating at least 80 to 90% of your food from bro sources. What are bro sources? Clean foods. What are clean foods? Micronutrient dense foods that are whole, like potatoes and chicken breast and things like that, and fruits and veggies and beautiful, beautiful things. But to avoid dietary monotony, and also to avoid just going crazy and binging over the top. Obviously, there's some people who can't eat one cookie because they'll eat 20 of them. That's a trigger food. But for those who can deal with controlling and moderating their food intake like this gentleman can, yes, you can throw in a snack as long as you fit within your macronutrients. You fit within your macronutrients and you don't go completely crazy and go over your macronutrients. And also I recommend, as you get closer to showing your macronutrients have dropped so low, have dropped really low that it's that you really can't fit much food. Whole foods are way more satiating than a Twinkie. And from an overall health standpoint, he does make a point. Fruits and vegetables have micronutrients in it. While he did improve his overall LDL, HDL, and all of that, you got to look at long-term. I do believe that you're going to get more health benefits eating a micronutrient-dense, non-processed food like a sweet potato versus a Twinkie or a cupcake or something like that. However, this goes to validate people like Alan Aragon, Lane Norton, and countless, even though Lane Norton does recommend healthy foods. You know, a lot of these, Alberto Nunez, a lot of their theories that came under scrutiny in the beginning by the bros, that you need to eat certain foods and certain meal plans, and fish at meal 2 and 3 is the best because it thins your skin. That's all a bunch of bullshit, man. I see so much shit. People come up to me at the gym. I had the lady at my tanning salon, these meal plans and this and that, this utter bullshit these trainers espouse. I live on almost a meal plan type plan, but it's flexible just because my schedule dictates that I need to have food ready, and Tupperware is the way for me. However, if I was like most people, flexible dieting, use your phone and use FitDay. I like Daily Burn as my app, and you track your food as you go. It allows freedom, flexibility. You can eat out with family, eat out with friends. Now, also when getting into the nitty gritty of the last phases of a diet, you need to eat at home because you need to measure things out. Matt Ogus was eating Chipotle 2 weeks out from his show, and that's fine and dandy, but you think Chipotle really knows how much fucking stuff you're putting in? The only place I've ever seen use a food scale is Disney for their meat. Why? Because they're trying to keep their margins in a certain range. They care less about you trying to lose your weight or log your shit on FitDay. So, the Twinkie diet, do I recommend it? Absolutely not. Does it prove a point? Yes, it does. What is that point? That above all other bro bullshit that the meal plan trainers tell you, and they still exist and they still outnumber guys like me, like Lane, like 3DMJ, like John Otis Hollywood. They outnumber us greatly. We're fighting a losing battle versus these NPC tards. These NPC tards are just going on and they're giving this cookie cutter fucking diet list of fucking meal 1 oatmeal, egg whites. Meal 2, whey isolate and peanut butter. Meal 3, fish because it thins your skin. Meal 4, since we thin your skin, we need to fill out your muscles. And what I want to do is just give a shout out to all these really bad trainers and just tell them, fuck, you're stupid. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Because fucking meal plans, while I think they have a place if designed by the right trainer who gives you, if you look at my Fat Loss Factor book, I give meal plans because when you're writing the book for the mass diet, mass population, you need to, if you'll get 80 million email questions if you leave anything to question. If I tried to explain if fit your macros in a book, it would fucking drive people nuts. If fit your macros doesn't mean eat Twinkies, it means eat whatever food you want to fit your macros. That could be healthy food too. If you fit your macros is a food choice plan, not a diet plan. Okay? But I also have foods you could swap. I have different measurements for different foods. It's like fucking 15 pages of food choices. And even then, you could use your common sense. If you need 42 grams of lean protein in a meal, you can figure out that elk is about the same as a chicken breast in the diabetic exchange. But that's besides the point. At the end of the day, fuck. I'm out. That's not a game.